welcome back to hopefully our and day 2 of our Fairground Century Ferris Wheel. So this is where we got to yesterday. I know we didn't do a lot yesterday, it was just a wacky day for me. Woke up this morning, one of these top parts had just come unstuck, so I just redid it. I didn't use any glue or anything, I just used theirs, so just the top part had come. And we also built our tool. Brought my mat, I turned it over, pink's on the other side. And haven't really used the purples, so it doesn't have any of the stain, well, not many anyway, stains on it. So we start with these, and we're going to repeat this twice. So we have these tiny little bolts in here, bolts, shafts really, and what you want to do is you want to put them in the hole of our new tool and then push them through here. So it wants it to, I don't think it matters which side really. I'm trying to think of how this is going to go. Yeah, push it through like so, and you do that 10 times to each of these. So go through, you want to make sure it's all the way, take it off your tool, and you have a lip on the other side. You can just about see that. So it goes through that, so we just do that 10 times each. Hopefully I've got 20 in here. So I've done another one. A lot of this is very repetitive at this stage, to be honest with you, because then guess what, these go into a wheel afterwards. And we do that twice, and then we start doing a few different things. I probably should get my tweezers, obviously. Alright, let's see. I need to sort my little tool tray out. It's getting quite the too much stuff in there. Put it over there, and that does make it a lot easier. So I don't know if it's got to be flat. I mean it's decorated on both sides actually, so it doesn't matter which way you go in. So something like that. So just have it flat one side, as long as you have it pointed the other, because that will go into our wheels, which are also decorated both sides. So I'm going to get the rest of this one done and this one, and come back to you for the next step. Okay, so by the way, this is step 11. So some are easier to put in than others, by the way. And I just grabbed the other tool which they provide, so if they were giving me a little bit of hassle, and this ring, funny enough, has been a bit easier than the other one, then I can use that on top here to press it down. So like this one's in, here's in, and just press it down. Really giving me hassle, this one. Good one to show you then. And what you're doing is you're aiming to, you're using these small holes, so not this big one, that's where the cars are going to go, so you're using that one, and then just go along and make sure that they are all the way down, all the way around, so that they're flat on one side. Had a spinning Ferris wheel on my desk then. Okay. And then what we are going to do is put each of them, let's just use one for now, and this is step 12, into here. And they say about using glue. I don't know how necessary that's going to be. Again, this is decorated on both sides, so all you're doing is lining up the wheel to those metal pieces, and I think we probably need this. I don't see this being particularly easy. Let's see if I can do it better this way. It's easier this way than it was. And then push them down with your tool again. So like I know these ones are lined up. And just go around, and this is step 12. And then I'm just going to go around and push them all down again to make sure that they've gone in. Or you could probably turn them up the other way and just push down on the wheel itself. So just make sure they're flat. So like this one's not quite flat enough, so I'm sure if I go like this, I still can't get it flat. Okay, I lied. Just get them as flat as you can. That one still pokes up a little bit. Okay, and then we will do the same with the other one, and this still counted as step 12. So once you get your first one lined up, it shouldn't be too bad. She says, trying to work out which one to do. Oh, helps if I turn it up the right way. Duh, 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 duh. Okay. Much easier when you got it the right way up. Okay. So let's get it all lined up. And I think once you get 2 in or something like that, you'll be fine. A little toe align. Like I say, just make sure that they are all the way in, and your hole in the middle should be matching. It took me a moment to work out the next step, by the way, when I was pulling the parts, but I think I got it. And again, just double checking. And it does say about using glue, but I mean that is not going anywhere. I don't see that we need to do that. Alright, and that is step 12 done. So, and they just want to make sure that they are pretty flat, it says as warning. Step 13, we start working on putting these all together and getting the carts in, which are all these little pieces here. Just need one side at this point, and we are going to, and I'm not sure why we're doing this at this stage actually, but you want to put this in both of these. It doesn't say that they face each other or anything, and it goes through the middle. If I can get that in. And both go on here. Like I say, I'm not 100% sure why, and they are a really tight fit. And it does have a ring around here, like it's going to have your band. But definitely shows both are on the same side, and like I say, tight fit, guys. Pushing with all my might. There we go. I need to put the other one in as well. Maybe I should have put that. And they show it with it like this, not on the flat side, so I guess we just put the flat one to the back. Right. I don't know, in reality. It's a bit difficult to tell, but you probably want the screws lining up. But then they're going to be able to twist once they're on. Tight fit or not. So I'm just trying to line up those smaller holes. And you don't need this straight away, like I say. So I've tried to line up the smaller holes as well. There's a couple of holes in there. Tried to line those up so that, in case you need it. Because I don't know the answer to this question. But those are tight on there, so I certainly don't think they need glue. But evidently that's what you do. This is how it looks. It doesn't look like this in the picture, it looks like it's facing outwards. Yoink. Might be easier to take off now, I say. See if their tool will help. Probably not. So they have it like this is showing on the outside. So maybe the two flat pieces together. It doesn't say to grease it or anything. And then see if I can line them up again. It's got a long way to go. That's roughly lined up. So you've got like the two flat sides touching each other, I suppose. Like I say, it is not clear on how it goes on really, other than the fact that two go on. I'm even doubting that. I think one goes on. It's just got a double rim. Let's take this one off again. Alright, let me get this one off. I think it's just one. Okay, so that was tough. It was a tough fit. It is definitely a tight fit, which is good. So you want it with this on the outside, the smooth on the in, and then we don't need those for a bit. And we don't need these for a bit. We are doing, so that was step 13. This is step 13. And then put that to one side. And then we are going to do step 14, which involves these. So the one thing to notice on here is, other than being red both sides, is it has some notches. So I think you could see them here, down here. So you've got two notches both sides. Just know where those are, that's all. So we put these into this side of here, so going like so, followed by our carts, or cars I think they are. So just get them all in. So I think they just go even. I don't think there's, just go careful you don't break the ends when you're trying to put them in, I think. Get rid of that too. We are going to need it. So this is now step 14. Okay, easier one way than the other, by the way, guys. So if it's finding it too easy, you know, it's not the right way. Okay, so I'm just going to, there's particularly a difference between each end, by the way. I'm just going to go ahead and put all of these in, and I'll put the cars on. Like I say, a lot of this quite repetitive steps. Make sure they're in as far as they can without breaking anything. Okay, on you go, guys. You know what I did, and I thought of this last night when I was editing the video from yesterday. I should have put people in here. I didn't. What a miss. That was my fault. Normally I try and put little people in things like this, and I did not. And other than taking all the stickers off, which is dangerous that you won't be able to get them back in, it wouldn't be a good idea. So that is step 14. Now for step 15, we are going to take this piece. So I'm going to move this to one side. Yes. And we are going to put in this piece here, like so. Is it like so there? Let me look at the main picture here. Oh, let me get something colourful, hold on. Doesn't make any difference anyway, it's the same pattern both sides. Okay, so you put this through, then you use your spanner, like so, using it as a gap. It's not really a spanner, is it? A tool. As a gap, and you put one of these on. I'll push it all the way down to here. Then you well, actually they don't say to remove it yet, so I'm pop it back in. There we go. Then we push this through here from the other side, like so, through the middle. And then we put 2 more of those, that's why they want the spanner still in. You want 2 of these now to go all the way down. And we haven't used any wax or anything like that at this stage. So 1 and 2. And this is step 15 we're on now, by the way. If you're counting the steps. And then it says remove the tool. Easier said than done. Oh, all my carts fell off. Okay, there's some movement on there. Okay, carts go back on. So if you didn't put your carts on till now, it would probably be fine. On you all go. And that's what we look like. So we got our spoke through, we got our 2 there, and there's a gap down the back here. So there's movement allowed. Bless them, they really want to come off. And that's, oh, we're still on 15, I believe. Let's see. Yeah. Right, over the page we go. So step. Okay. So step 15 suddenly goes to 19. So hold on a minute and let me see what we did wrong. No, it really does. We've got step 15 on page, obviously page 9, and so now the page, and you go to page 19, step 19 on page 10. Okay, so there you go. Alright, so step 19 is we attach the other side. So what you want to do is make sure your cars are in, because my mod's on escape. You want to have the spokes on the inside, and you want to make sure your cars are all through. So the spoke's going to stick out more than the cars, like so. Going to get that in first. Oh, went too far. Come back up, and then you put these on here, like so. It's all very loose right now, but we will be sorting that. Whoops, don't do that, almost broke it. Oh, I think I did, and I don't think there's any spares, by the way. So I guess you've got to line them up before you even try and put any pressure on them, by the way. Mine aren't 100% lined up, which is probably why. I did snap it, but not all the way through, so I'll get some wood glue on that in a minute. You can see that there's a crack here, almost all the way through. So do it a lot gentler than I did, basically, and then line them all up before you push anything. There you go, that's your tip here from me. And then they become unlined up. Just all the way around. I'll get some wood glue on that piece. Okay, these are all now lined up, I think. And then start pushing them in gently. And I'll get some wood glue on that and let it sit a minute. I've got to sort the dogs anyway. And there is going to be another part over it, like I showed you those lines, so it's going to be on there. So let's see, where was it? Got to find the piece now. That one's not in. Can't find it. Look on the side. Okay, I'm going to get this mended when I find it. Just put a bit of wood glue on to support it, so if you do crack one, that's what the fix is. And then there it is. And then go careful from there on. Alright, I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so I've got some paper and a clip on there, so we will carry on doing the rest of it. So let's see. Let's see, indeed. Okay. Don't know, actually. Right, first of all, we need to get our tool again. I'm going to stick it in here, and we are going to push this down. So again, like the other one, we're not going to want it all the way. Needs to move. Then we put on the other leg, like so. Like that. It doesn't matter that they're in different directions, won't make any difference whatsoever. And then we need another one, which is going to be, also you need the same tool. So pull that out, put that in. And then you need a piece, it doesn't tell you what it is. A9. I don't think I picked up A9. Let me go grab it. Okay, it's this piece. So pop that on there. Oh, pushed it. Oops. I have to pull that out a bit. And then we put this final one on. Like so. I'll just make sure everything moves okay, and we should be okay. So let's have a look. What is it catching on? Like catching on my clip, actually. Oh, no, two of the things got caught. I see. So inside here there are those two washers. You want them on either side. You certainly don't want them together like mine are together. I think that's what it's trying to tell me. Let's see. Shows me a picture later what it looks like on the inside, so I'll find that. Of course, now I'm looking for it, I can't find it. There it is. Yeah, you want one on each side. So I'm going to take this one off. And although I don't want to start the whole process again, I may have to. Because I think I've tightened it. It's basically tightened it too much. So if you've done that, you may have to get in here and move one of these back. So mine's definitely too tight. I'm going to have to take this off, guys. Which, if I'd known that, I could have mended that other piece without me, with it flat rather than in situ. trying to do all of them but that one would be good. Just enough that I can hopefully get one of these moved. Alright, let me sort this out. Okay, they're back in. This side definitely doesn't overly feel well. The bit I broke, it's like, no, I don't want to be mended. I've tried B7000 now, but glue just wasn't working. And it's got a good surface area too. So we're going to be fixing this now so they don't move all over the show, except for the one, of course, that's not feeling well. So that is step 20, by the way, is to finish up putting all this side on. So that's kind of how we are looking. They're very nice too. Probably should have the circus sign flat with or upright with the legs. So on the inside, this is what your plastic things are looking like. So you've got one here, down there, and one on this side, and they do all have somewhat of a gap in between. Yes. Okay. So number 21. I think I've got to start pulling parts again. Oh, we're putting some stars on. How cute. Alright, so let me go grab some parts, and we will be securing these baskets, cars, in place. So that was not straight at all, that circus sign, was it? Alright, I'll be back in 2 ticks with a few more pieces. Okay, stars. So these probably will need gluing in. They are different sizes, so you should have 4 of each. So there are the small ones, I did not write on the back of them. Oh, and they're gold one colour only. There are the bigger ones, which are easy to tell, and I've not sanded these down. They're purely decoration, so you can sand them if you want to. And there's these ones. These are very close together, aren't they? They're the same. They are. Okay, so the holes on. Let's see. Oh no. So we're gluing them on the flat part here. I thought we were going through those holes, but we are not. So carefully with your model, put them on this way, and you basically want a small one, a medium, a small with glue. So I'm going to wood glue it on and try and, I guess, get them as even as possible. So that you leave any holes which are in there, like these, clear. So let's see. And then I think we've got time to start the next. Well, we're going to be doing. We'll see where we are. We have a few other pieces to do, but we're going to be repeating something again for 8 times. And this is where the piece, remember I said I'm missing a piece, that's where we're going to find out if it really matters. I think it's more decorative than not. And I mean, you could put it that the stars matter which way they go round on these bigger ones, if you wanted. Another little one. Ooh. And then you're going to flip it over and do the same. So I'm going to see if those are reasonably spaced. Oh, it looked terrible considering it wasn't facing me. Okay. Then because I'm using wood glue, I'm actually going to give this a moment for them to have a little bit of bond with it. And then I'll put the others on. Then we are going to be doing 22, which is putting these on our carts to stop them moving quite so much. So we'll be doing that next, and then we are on quite a repetitive step. But they get you to complete like one, but I'm not going to do it like that. I'm going to do it slightly different. So let me get this on, and we will see where we go. Alright, so that should have had long enough. So just turn it over and I do the same again. Then I have to wait again. I'm not saying both sides are going to be exactly in the same positions, mind you, because I really don't think that's going to be the case. Probably only leave this a few minutes, the other one had a lot longer. I did an online shopping while I was waiting, which needed doing. Let me sort Madam out. She's been quiet, hasn't she, this morning? It's because she had a huge treat which kept her entertained for quite... Oh, let's not put it upside down. Oh dear. Yeah. This one really wants to go upside down. Oh dear. What can we say? I don't think it's anywhere near the same position as the other one, actually. Oh. Okay, I think as long as both sides look roughly about even, we're okay. Obviously found it easier to do away from me than by me. I went straight in the middle. There it is. Oh, and the other bits come off. I see this. Is this meant to be like flush? I think it is, you know. No. That's where it fell off. Talking crap. I think, well, I can't glue it on. As I said, I think I need to glue it on, but I don't know if it needs to move or not. Push it down a little bit more. Okay, so we have our stars. Obviously this side is still wet. Oh, I'm gonna have to wait because I moved it. I've got bin men here anyway, and you don't want to hear all that. I want to hear about the trash cans being emptied. I'll take some of that off because that will stain when it's so much. Some of them are taken already. Okay, give it 5 minutes and we should be good. Okay, so I think it's had a few minutes. It's definitely not dry. So now what we're going to do is take all of these, and remember those little lines I said about? I'm leaving the one which wasn't so good. So you're going to put these, wherever it's gone, on the little lines here. Until I'm a bit reluctant to do that other one. And they slip in quite easy. Just make sure your car is in between. And just go all the way around, putting them on those lines so that it's got less wiggle room basically. Not the tightest of things. So I'm just going to keep going round. It's only on one side. Yeah, the print for where they go is only on one side that I can tell anyway. And I think these are decorated on both sides. Yeah. Okay. Alright, I'll go and get those done. Okay, and those are all on, including the broken one. What I did on the broken one was actually glue the piece on. and just keeping my cart away from it. Can't remember. I'm sure when I look I could find out easily which one it is. But that's what I did, was I just glued it on, and that's how that looks. So this definitely wants to come off this side, you know. I don't like that. I don't know if I can glue it or not, so I wish it was an end like on the other side. That would have been cooler, wouldn't it? But it doesn't look like it is at all. I don't know what that other plastic piece was for. Maybe we'll find out. Alright, so this was step 22, putting all those little pieces in. So let's move on to 23, which we repeat 8 times for each of them. Now this first part, so we put this to one side, I'm not going to need this for a while. First part is not all of this. Number 23 is joining one of these, and I have not rubbed them down either, one of these to one of these, so the one with the indents to this one, and you want it with the let me see, I think you want it with this plain and this with the colour up. I think that's what it is. No, I think it's both. It'd be difficult to tell really, but I think it is both. Because when I look at where it goes, it looks like it will be. We'll see. So we'll put these on. This is step, like I say, 23. I can't believe they lost some numbers on their steps. That's quite funny. The good news is that means there's less steps. It's quite tight fitting. You're not going to need to glue these. So just make sure that they are fully down. If you wanted to paint the inside of these, you probably could. Well, I'm not really 100% sure how much you're going to end up seeing on it. Okay, that's one. We do another one, and then I'll get the rest of these done for step 23. Get myself all kerfuffled. Something like that. I think that's what it is. And it wouldn't be so bad to paint these edges. I will see how much they're going to show. I may go back and do that. Okay, I will get the rest of those done. So basically you have the painted side, both sides up. Alright, so next, so that was step 23. Step 24 is putting these blue ones on the end, and both of them need to face the colour blue on the inside. And they are very loose, but they do say watch how they go on. So they're a certain shape, I think. It says watch how these go on, but it doesn't say watch how the others go on. And then the gold ones, which have a tab like this. This tab needs to go. Let me see if I can get this in the right order. I guess it is a different shape. It needs to go as if it's going to the back, like so. I see. So this one is, it's going to be really hard to show you. So you've got it kind of like in an oval. So you want the longer ovals going towards the back, like so. So you've got the longer side, because this one, which has the gold side, needs to have the little tab here, this tab right here, towards the back, and these have to line up in shape. Which mine still don't line up in shape, by the way. Well, let me try again then. See if I can get this one off without breaking it. try this way. Well, for starters, it's on that side. And then gold on the outside. Because we are going to put a sticker on this. Still not right, guys. I'm going to be here all day trying to work out how my brain's working right now. Alright, finally got there, I think. Okay. So the oval is the highest points at the top and the bottom. And then... oh my god, that's still not right. I had it the right way round, you know, the first time. Get it off again. It's very important that you get this the right way round. Don't do a me. Taking forever. So the oval part, the longer ends go kind of across. Then the gold one goes towards the back, and they should line up. They just don't seem to. It's got to be the ovals going up and down. It can't be that way. If I carry on doing this, I'll break it, and we all know what I'm like. Maybe if I tie them up together, maybe that would be better. So line them up. Okay, that works. Grab them before I move them. Right. Okay, so line up your blue one before you do gold. So the blue's on the inside, gold on the outside, with this point in. Oh, I hate to say this, I've done it wrong again. Opposite way, opposite way. I find this very difficult to understand the direction of it all. Alright, let's do another one. I'll come in and deal with that. So, want one of these. So you want this towards the back. This one with the blue facing. This one goes on first, like so, followed by the gold one, like so. Sorry, let me put you on pause. Alright, take the moment when they're not drilling. So, this is what you're going to end up looking like. So this is what it needs to look like, with your red piece on the top, the blue piece facing you, with the gold ones, which this one's the wrong way round because it's the wrong colour. So the gold ones facing towards the back, so this should be an easy fix. And the only way, and you want this to be smooth, so you want that blue one to match the gold one on the outside, because we are going to be putting a sticker on there in step 25. If I can get this piece off. Turn it around. Don't drop it! Okay. Push it back on. Make sure it clicks. Why? Why? It's going to be so loose by the time I've done it. I'm going to use another one, because that one's gone for a walk and maybe it's just as well. I know the blue one's right, so maybe it was gold already and it was just my eyes. Okay, so then you got it like so. Puppy dog. Oh, I dropped a new model that just arrived. Okay. Alright. I didn't drop it, I just caught it. So that's what it's going to look like. So your best bet is to line up your blue with your gold piece so you know which way it's going to go. So it should go on this way. Hold it with the red up, the blue towards you, and then push those in. And then they should match and be in the right direction. It really should. Come on, don't play me up now. I just can't get them in. Okay. So that this tab points towards the back, away from this strip here. That's what you want, like that. Okay, so one more. So we take a blue, we take a gold, put them back to back, match them up, like so. Turn them around. Your brain will probably enable you to do this really easy. Just mine is special. Lots of special things about me. This is obviously one. And then put them in. You can either do them together or separate. And this is not going to be right. Right, drop that one. Oh, there it is. Right, line them up again. Blue. Okay, they are smooth. That's what you need. And do that. And then you just got to do that 8 times. It's just the way that my brain works on things like this. Sometimes it's really annoying. I know what I want to do, and then I seem to be able to do the opposite. What you're looking for is for this edge to be smooth. You're going to be putting a sticker over it. So you want the pointed edge facing as if it's going further along here. Alright, let me get those other 8 done before they start on their noise again. Okay, after me doing all that, I almost did every one except for the last 2 actually, and I've corrected one of these. It's not like that at all. So you want to have your pattern facing you like so, and then the tabs going opposite to the pattern. So pretty sure. So I'm just going to correct all these now, guys. Okay, so I think you end up like this, with the tab working its way towards the plain one, well, blue plain one, rather than that one, which is what I was trying to do. Next, I hope they're right, we are going to put some stickers on both sides. So going by this step 25, so going by the kind of vague picture I have, you want it on, does it say which way around? Not really. I think the lighter colour is on the inside, so the gold colour is on the inside. This is going to go over those 2 wheels. I'm assuming it doesn't cover the tab. That would be my assumption. But you do want to make sure it's on the wheels. And because it's a sticker, it shouldn't need gluing, and I think we are going to find a way to hold these in. Just make sure all your ends are down. Mine really don't want to particularly stay there. So I'm doing gold on the inside. I think that's probably right. No, I think it's gold on the outside. Of course I did it wrong. So let's do this. So let's do it this one, and then I'll correct the other one. So I think, like I say, it's a black and white, so it's very difficult to know which is the lighter colour and which one's the darker colour. And we are going to do this with all 8, and this is step 25. Little fiddler, I will go with that. Everything's with 8s. Anyone who likes the number 8 will be really, really happy. Well, the carts were 10s, weren't they? But these are 8s. Go on, up you go. And they do just fit around the nodule here. So, gold on the outside, I think. One more, and then I'll get and do them myself. And that will be step 25 done. What it does is it gets you to make one, and then you do all the other bits and pieces, or then you repeat it 8 times, which might be an easier way because you can make sure you have everything the right way. But we will find out together. And these are just stickers, so they can come off if needed, and if needed it can be glued. But let's hope that's not going to be necessary. This video's getting on a bit, so I think at this point when I've done these we'll come back and I think we'll call it a day for today, but then we'll carry on making these, so we won't need the wheel again for a moment or two. So let me get the rest of these done, and I think we will call it wrap up for today, and then we'll carry on with these. Okay, and you soon find out if one of your blues isn't lined up the right way, by the way, because the sticker looks really weird. So these are all on, so hopefully this one's rising up, and they only just fit, by the way, going round. So again, you can tell if you've got an issue with it. So we've got this far. It's to make some sort of, it goes around the edge, I think that's what it's doing. Alright, so this is what we have done so far. So we have our little circle, we have these little spare parts ready to rock and roll and get on the building. And we will be back. So that's what I'm going to leave it as today. Tomorrow we carry on with these pieces only, and we are doing the display. This is where one of my missing pieces is going to come into play, I think. We are making the, almost like the gate going around that outside of it. That's what I can gather. So that's going to take a moment, and we put curtains in as well. And then after that, if we get that far, we will then be dealing with the motor, and it may not be too bad tomorrow. I mean, it was a little bit trying to get this sorted, then I broke that piece and everything's on there and hunky-dory now, and it all spins wonderfully, and I think we are good to go, even with my circus sign now upside down. There we go. Let's get the circus sign up the right way. I'm a bit worried about this being quite so loose, by the way. We will see. Alright, so any comments are very much appreciated. I will always get back to you. Do please like and subscribe. You do mean everything, and obviously the more people that subscribe, the more models that I can get for you going forward. Which takes me to another point. Any requests, please do drop a comment on. I do read all my comments, so it will be a model that I will aim to get, if I haven't done it already, onto the channel. And I will put up another selection again in a couple of weeks' time. I know I haven't done all the ones from that selection, but I will put up some more because I have quite a lot of models at the moment. Everything's arrived at once. Most of all, take care of yourselves, guys. Take care. Bye bye now.